becoming magnetic for people in general, for your specific person, so you can manifest it fast and effortlessly without literally doing anything apart from this practical step that I want to give you guys. And also, when you do become magnetic with the steps, attracting or actually better magnetize and experiencing the life that you want and manifest your desire becomes so easy, to the point where you don't even have to do any affirmations whatsoever. Do you want to find out what are these practical steps? Just keep on watching. Hello you guys, my name is Nea, and on this channel we talk about the law of assumption, we talk about manifestation, quantum physics in relationship to manifestation. Plus, if you want extra scientific knowledge about it, you find the link to the replay of my webinar down below. And as well, we talk about esotericism and actually so much more. But in today's video, I want to talk about some practical steps, because every knowledge that I share on this channel comes from my personal experience, the experiences of my clients, as well as my friends. And so it's not just something that I read somewhere and I'm doing a video, it's something that I actually experienced. And in today's video, again, I want to talk about how to become magnetic. Magnetic for love, magnetic for your manifestation, magnetic in general for your life, and also if you have a specific person. I also have an e-course on how to manifest a specific person. The link is down below. But in this video, I want to give you some extra tools about becoming magnetic, because this is literally a game changer. If you will apply the steps, you won't have to do, like I said, a lot of affirmations anymore, but your energy will be so magnetic that people will naturally be drawn to you as well as your specific person. And to be honest, any other desire, you will literally transcend the higher version of you, where you live and experience a lifeline that is aligned with all your desires. So let's start by saying this. Most of the times when people think about becoming magnetic, they think about mind games. So they think about manipulating another person. They think about becoming sexy in ways that actually could be translated and resulted in detrimental to you, exhausting, not sustainable to your personality. And sometimes, unfortunately, in the law of assumption community, at least in my opinion, becoming magnetic is oftentimes associated with doing tons of self-concept affirmation that are never really applied on a conscious action level. And they might work for a while, but they are not sustainable, because affirming all day, it's just not sustainable in the long run. It can cause extreme stress and mental health stress, in my opinion, and definitely sensation of burnout. But on this channel, we're all about effortless manifestation that is also sustainable. So the first thing that we have to understand about becoming magnetic to our desires, and also for love, and also for a specific person, is well-being. Well-being is at the center of becoming magnetic. We don't become magnetic because we want to get someone or we want to get something. We become magnetic to embody the wish fulfilled, to become the highest version of us. Like I said before, this is not about playing mind games. This is not about learning the rules to get your specific person to conform. This is not about exhausting yourself. This is about, for the first time, allowing yourself to be the beautiful you. Because each and every one of us, even though we are one in consciousness, in my humble opinion, as a unique blueprint, a soul frail, we could even call it, a blueprint of the essence of you. And there are various variants of this blueprint. There is a lower version of you in the multiverse that is living like a shitty life, we could say, that it's not very much aligned with the best version of you, that instead live in a higher dimension, in a higher, we could say, time frame, that is experiencing the best in this life, because you deserve the best. But before I get into the practical step to become magnetic, I actually want to say thank you to today's sponsor that is very much related to today's topic. So I'm super excited to introduce today's sponsor, which is Aura. Aura is a wonderful app that I actually manifested into my life recently, and I want to tell you all about my personal story with this app. But before, just to introduce it briefly, app is an all-in-one amazing app for well-being, sleep, spirituality, meditation, and so much more. And it is so funny because the moment that I stepped into the app, when they asked me to try it for the first time, I literally thought, oh my God, I literally manifested this app, because it looks like a Spotify, but for well-being, spirituality, educational content in regards even to relationship and well-being in general, and self-love and self-care. And why did I manifest it? Because as you guys know, I love and adore to use sats and daydreams. And so I was a little bit unsatisfied with modern music. Nothing wrong with modern music at all, but I really love to daydream with some music on, especially while I'm falling asleep. And I just wanted to have some uplifting, positive, optimistic music to fall asleep that perhaps sometimes didn't have certain lyrics or negative content, because I really do believe that sometimes listening to some songs will affect our subconscious mind. And then Aura reached out to me, and I usually don't take any sponsorship, but I had to try this app, and I was so blown away by it, because I could literally find so many tracks listed under genre of positivity, well-being, self-care, and I was finally able to fall asleep with optimistic, even binaural beats soundtrack that I could just visualize and create my slides from. On top of that, it was amazing because initially on Aura, you can just get you can customize the app for your personal needs. So you just have to, answer the survey here and there. And I was just amazed because I found so much more than I was expecting. You have life coaches, expert therapists out there that can help you out. And I was even impressed on the fact that Aura has won the Best Apple Award and is also used by 7 million of people. And I used it all day long. I started my morning with some prayers and affirmation that you can find on the app. Like I found one for miracles in your life that really, really worked. And I had some wonderful events happening during the day. Then I used it to listen to CBT content, which is cognitive behavioral therapy, about relationships and about the meaning of certain type of relationships, which was so interesting. And then obviously I use it for sats and falling asleep, which was wonderful because it helped me so much falling asleep. And today I just want you to know, guys, that you can have a free trial, because the first 500 people, the link is down below by the way, that are going to use my link are going to have an access to a free trial and an exclusive 25% off if you want to sign on the app. I highly suggest you this app to help on your manifestation journey, help you with your well-being, educating yourself about relationships and about CBT and cognitive behavioral therapy, and so much more. Because we are talking about well-being and we are talking about becoming magnetic, having an app that can help you out, having so many tools and so many content, like I said, from therapists, life coaches, music, and hypnosis, meditation, affirmations. You guys need to try it. Like I said, the free trial is just down below. But now let's get on with So the first step to become magnetic is obviously self-love. Like I was mentioning before, becoming magnetic is all about transcending to the highest version of you that is already living your wish fulfilled. So if you want to become magnetic and you're doing all of this affirmation that don't even sound like yourself, and you're trying to compare yourself with the body type of other people, you're trying to compare yourself with other people in general, and you're trying to, let me see, what should I text to this person, or the way confidence look like on social media, you're really not living the highest version of you. You're not aligned to that version of you that is already living in the multiverse, and therefore it's not going to be sustainable in the long run. Like I said before, I think well-being and self-love is the first first step to be, because if you're trying to recreate magnetism, copying someone else or emulating someone else or emulating the version of what outside in society confidence looks like, in my opinion, on a manifestation level, you're not really going to attract what is meant for you, what is tailor-made for you, what is the best version even of your SP, of your love life in general. So the first step is to really accept who you are as a person. And some of you might say, I don't know who I am. Well, great. Just go out there and find out. Just unplug a little bit maybe from social media. Just do some meditation. Just write down and journaling. What is it that I like? What are the characteristics about me? And pull the energy back to you. Oftentimes when we see some content, when it comes down to attracting or actually manifesting a specific person, is all about sending this thought form and is all about sending all of this affirmation. And I'm not necessarily saying that doesn't work, but in my opinion, when you pull the energy back to you, it works a lot faster and you don't have to exhaust yourself. Because most of you guys have met your specific person in moments of your life, hopefully, especially if they were an healthy individual or an individual that was loving and adoring you. Most of the time you have met these people when you were at your best. You were thinking about yourself, you were enjoying your life, perhaps you weren't seeking for anyone, and then boom, this amazing guy or amazing girl steps into your life, and then you kind of get lost because of fears and insecurity down the line. But you can recoup that. You can sure revise, you can sure affirm and do all of this, but it all boils down in the end to pull the energy back to you and remind yourself about other aspects of your life. Because like I mentioned in my latest video, if you were to be with your specific person, you will probably, or in a loving relationship in general, you wouldn't be hopefully so obsessed with a person. You wouldn't put a person at the center of your life, but you put yourself at the center, and your life is composed by your life purpose, your career, your friends, your activity, your hobbies, the things that you like to do, things that you love about yourself, self-care, and then also about a person, and then also a relationship. So the first step is to actually realize your uniqueness, to stop comparing to yourself with the bodies or aesthetics of other people, and starting to really work on yourself and the sense of self-love. Now, self-love doesn't mean that you have to become perfect. Self-love is, I love my flaws. I am flawed. I am quirky. I'm messy, and I talk a lot, and I'm very passionate and excited about things that usually people find extremely weird, but at the same time, sometimes I go completely quiet, and I just love to watch Disney cartoon movies and snuggle on the sofa. Like, I am who I am, and it's completely fine. And so many people, every time that I say even my flaws online, they go, yeah, but you can change that. You can affirm that you're absolutely perfect. Totally. But I don't want to. I don't want to. I love the fact that I'm messy. I love the fact that I am passionate and I'm not perfect. I love the fact that I'm flawed and I'm working on myself and I'm working on evolving. I don't want to change myself. I want to evolve myself. And this is self-love. And trust me, when you love yourself, you love your flaws, you accept who you are, you magnetize people and you magnetize the version of your SP, and you magnetize experience in your life that will confirm that you don't have to do anything. You are perfect just the way you are, and you can be loved unconditionally because you are loving yourself unconditionally. That doesn't mean though that you have to be the worst version of you. Of course, I had aspects of myself that I had to improve because I wanted to improve. Like, for instance, I'm very passionate, but sometimes I had to adjust my reaction because I wasn't behaving in the best version of me when I was being too dramatic, perhaps, and that was completely unnecessary. And looking back on some dramatic event that I have caused with more maturity and with the perspective on my higher self, I just literally said to myself, that was unnecessary. You could literally have said the same thing and had better result without all this drama, because you don't need to create drama in your life in order to be listened to. And that's something that I had to work on, and I'm super happy people mirrored that back to me so I could become the best version of myself. So yet again, it's not that I am changing myself, I am evolving to the best version of myself, which is self-love. And when you focused on that, you pull the energy back to you, then you magnetize not only the right people into your life, not only the best version of your ASP or the original version of them that fell in love with you in the first place, but you don't have to exhaust yourself controlling what they're thinking, affirming and intending. You are just more focused on self-development. You are more focused on being yourself and glowing from the inside. Because also when it comes down to self-development, I think that the way it looks on social media is you have to become this different version of you that it's so different. It's like, for me, it's about aligning to the best version of you that it's you. So you could be the most healthy, glowing, magnetic woman or man in the world and completely be dressed in tattoos, piercing, and being a metalhead. It just doesn't have to look like, oh, I'm so perfect and I'm meditating, or we all wear the same clothes, watch the same content, and do the same things. It looks like the most beautiful, glowing, confident version of you. I'm a metalhead. I love horror movies and I love weird stuff and esotericism, witchcraft. I will never let go of that part of myself. I will never let go of metal music because some people think it's not spiritual. Actually, I found many of my breakthrough from metal music. I might not use necessarily metal music for sats, like I was mentioning before, because I like to find more uplifting tracks just for that, but I wouldn't necessarily change my weirdness that makes me unique, and that is magnetic. Also, step number 2, in order to become magnetic, after you apply the self-love and you are on a soul search of who you are and you pull the energy back to you, it's really about becoming confident. Now, confidence doesn't necessarily look like you are a model that shows your skin on the Instagram and you look like one of the Kardashian without any judgment to them, but it's like confidence is built upon you know who you are okay with your flaws, and you're the best version of you. You're working on yourself and self-love. You have pulled the energy back to you. You're focused on areas of your life that make you feel fulfilled. You're focusing on your well-being, and you walk down the street with this sense of confidence. Sexiness is defined by the sense of confidence. It's not about showing the skin on Instagram. It's not about posing in a certain way. It's really about you're chilled, you're relaxed, you talk about interesting topic, interesting to you, and you magnetize in your experience situations, opportunities, and people, and also the version of your SP that loves you unconditionally because you are just this beautiful, confident, highest version of yourself. And another practical step on how, in my opinion, confidence is built apart from self-love, it's really keeping the promise that you have made with yourself. So I started to build confidence when I started not only to glow from the inside and working on myself, but when I said I'm going to consistently start making videos and I am going to be persistent at this. That built confidence in me so I could walk down the street and knowing my value and knowing my worth because I am connected to my life purpose and I made a promise to myself that I'm keeping. Other things that have built my confidence where I want to improve this aspect of me that is too dramatic in certain situation, and I did that. I built confidence by saying every day I'm going to meditate and make a promise to myself that I'm going to keep, and I did that. I made the promise of myself of eating wealthy and drinks a lot of water and focusing on my well-being, and I kept that promise. I promised myself to stop smoking cigarettes, and I stopped. All of these promises that I kept to myself have helped me out building my confidence in ways that it's not loud necessarily. If you want to be loud, you can be loud, but sometimes I really do believe that confidence has nothing to do with putting yourself out there, like I said, showing your skin or having to become this someone that is full of ego, but it really looks like, at least to me, it looks like it's more silent. You walk down a pub or a place and you know you're magnetic because you love yourself. You accept who you are. You don't need to prove anything to anything. You don't care about what other people think about you. You know that by loving yourself, you are going to magnetize the right people that will love you unconditionally, and you are unapologetically yourself. You are confident. You just go out there and you're not afraid to share your opinion. You respect other people's opinion, of course, but you're not afraid to change who you are. You are happy where you are because you kept those promises to yourself, and you are glowing from the inside. You are working on you, and you're happy to share it with other people. That's what confidence, and to me also sexiness, comes from. Because what is sexy in a man, charming in a man, sexy in a woman? It's when they know their worth. They are unapologetically their self, and it's an energy that cannot be translated into clothes or cannot be translated into saying the right thing. It's just when that chemistry, that energy emanates, and you feel so inspired to be around these people because they are just being themselves and they are okay with themselves. So confidence is another practical step. Another practical step to become magnetic is doing acts of self-care. So many of you guys, when it comes down to manifesting a specific person, you completely forget about yourself. And I'm sorry to give you a little bit of tough love, but I saw this in so many of my clients. You just go out there obsessed with infinite affirmations about a specific person. And I'm not saying that you cannot do the affirmation, but do the affirmation coming from the highest version of you will be more effortless, more sustainable, and will magnetize the specific person or people in general next to you. And so essentially, acts of self-care are not just pampering yourself in and of itself, but in this video I want you to write down 5 acts of self-care that you can do during the weeks that are out of the ordinary. Out of the ordinary means how long have you spent since you've done your nails? Maybe go to a different salon. And you always wanted to try bungee jumping. Go and do bungee jumping. It's an extreme case, but or let's say you always wanted to have massage, but you were waiting to have them with your specific person. Go out there, save some money if you don't have them, and go out there and manifest having a wonderful massage. Do some act of self-care during the home. Self-care could even look like I am going to decorate my home in a certain way that makes me feel good. I'm going to clean my house, clean my wardrobe, decide what dress I'm going to wear that really translate the highest version of me. Self-care could look like, for men, taking new hobbies and perhaps going out there and trying new passion, but also for women, to be honest. So I want you guys to, instead of focusing so much on affirming for the specific person or affirming for love in general, again, I want you guys to pull the energy back to you, especially if you are experiencing unwanted circumstances. And I want you these weeks ahead to do some 5 acts every day or during the week of self-care that perhaps go out of the ordinary. Take that yoga class, take that photography class that you always wanted to take. Go and travel on your own instead of waiting for your specific person to travel with you, and show yourself that you can take yourself out on a date. Show yourself that you're committed to yourself, and show yourself that you are the priority. And last practical step to become magnetic in your life is to identify the core belief system that are making you separate from love in general and separate from your specific person. I briefly touched on those in my last video. You could go ahead and watch it. But essentially, I want you to write down, what do you believe about relationships? What has been your memories and your past? Belief could look like all the good guys eventually leave me. I am never chosen because there is always someone else in the way. I've always got rejected. I never had a healthy relationship. Just go down at the core of your experience, look at this belief system, see where they're stemming from, especially even coming from some maybe childhood wounds, and realize not only affirm for the opposite. So let's give the example of the core belief of, all the good men always cheat, or all the good men always leave me in the end. Flip that and say, no, all the good men always stay. And good men that choose the woman of their life, they don't want to cheat. Why would they? Because I have everything to offer to them. And then answer the opposite positive belief with why. Why all good men don't go away? Because I'm amazing. And why I'm amazing? Because I love myself. I'm a team player in a relationship. I am a good listener, or I'm a good talker, or I bring this, and that into a relationship. And this, as you see, becoming magnetic is a journey, is a practice that you apply every day, and it all boils down again to practical steps of self-love, becoming unapologetically yourself, and transcending from the lowest version of you to the highest version of you, that automatically quantum jump in the lifeline that already lives wonderful relationships, healthy romantic relationships, opportunities, abundance, adventure, and so much more. When you do this, guys, you transcend this energy and you stay persistent and consistent in the assumption that you are the highest version of you, and you say conscious action. By the way, watch my latest video about what conscious action are. You don't need to affirm anything. It will be quantum jumping naturally and effortlessly and fast, let me tell you that, in the version of you that exists in the quantum field that is already experiencing that wonderful relationship. You try it, guys. Try this practical step, and you tell me if your specific person doesn't come back to you in the way that you want without you having to do a damn affirmation or a damn thing apart from glowing from the inside. And even if you're trying to magnetize adventures, opportunities, or even a new potential partner or people in general, do the steps and then let me know if people are not automatically magnetically drawn to you. Magnetism is about becoming comfortable with the highest version of you and be committed to that highest version of you. You, not of someone else. I love you guys. I hope this video made sense and hit home for you guys. I also have extra videos on Patreon. The link is down below. I apologize if my camera was a bit glitchy today. I'm gonna fix this soon and see you very soon on this channel as well. Bye.